Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully you're having a good day today. In this video, we're going to go over the stock that is BigBear AI. We were just trading this morning in NBIS. It's finding that overall uptrend and staying true and consistently making higher highs. We see it push up here as a 6% swing. And we caught a small signal of it this morning. I say signal, but we just naturally entered it in our live sessions. Up $284 so far today. So we're going to watch NBIS. We've been watching that one throughout the week. And then let's get into the defense market. We got BigBear AI stock here, which has been equally as consistent with its trend. It's been consistently downtrending. In fact, we see it very, very true to trend, getting rejected at that $4 range and aggressively sliding down to about 350, 365 today, and then recovering in a V-shaped pattern. So currently, this is a very key level for BigBear. One of the things to watch here is going to be this level around this 375 up to about 385, which is a 3% swing. And then if they're able to break above this 388, then we start to see them push back up that previous support level here. If they can break above this level, once again, right around 390, then you're starting to see a potential breakout and consolidation from left to right that we've seen over the last month, 2 months here, and pushing up to 420 is what we were looking at potentially for BigBear. But once again, still in that downtrend, not reversing just yet, and kind of finding the greater down or in the greater consolidation from left to right, a small downtrend here. So the entries haven't been timed well or haven't presented themselves where the timing makes sense, and we haven't yet entered on any short-term trades. However, we do hold the company long term. But why wouldn't we enter on the short term? Why isn't the timing aligning yet? Well, first of all, if you want to know about that, I would encourage you to have a look at the link in the description. Have a look at the first link in the description because I have a free challenge coming up and we're opening registration. And if you want to get the VIP of the challenge for our 10K trading challenge, we're going to be investing and trading in front of you for 5 days, and you're going to see my live entries and exits. But all I ask is that you go to the link that is below. You're going to find this this list. It's the green list. You're going to go here, and when you go here, you're going to essentially enter your info. And 1 day from now, tomorrow, we're going to have the opening of the 10K trading account challenge. And if you get in here, you enter your info, and then all I ask is fill out 2 questions that you have that you'd like to get answered here during the challenge. I can tell you everybody that is here, we have 150 spots open in VIP, and we already have, look at all these answers, over 100 surveys answered from people that are looking to, for example, distinguish between genuine trend breakouts and a stop run designed to trap retail traders. I mean, these are all the things, that good questions we're going to be going into in the challenge. And if you'd like to go over those with us and secure your chance for the VIP spots, then just hit the first link below. All I ask is you answer those 2 questions so we can custom tailor the challenge so that it's as valuable as possible for you all. Now, when it comes to BigBear AI, the big idea right now is that they have data as one of the top things working for them. If you look at any company right now, the number one differentiator that is their quote unquote moat is the data that they have. And their income has been fairly flat and even slightly declining over the last year by about 19%. So their revenue is not really increasing. We haven't seen the revenue increase over about 130 million a year. And so as the revenue has been flat and the balance sheet does gear up, they've seen more increases in capital and their cash is up 473%. So they're up there. They still haven't been able to dial in the revenue. So with more cash, great, nearly $1 billion there. And, they're looking to increase the revenue, but haven't yet. Their market cap's at 1.7 billion. They're still fairly small for an AI defense company. Now, this week, actually on Saturday, I'm going to be flying from California. We're going to be flying to Denver International Airport. And what I'm going to be looking for is BigBear AI's technology in Denver International Airport. We've been able to identify that they are having their AI systems being built at the Homeland Security and Border Patrol ports of entry, and that they're also having more news where they've acquired some AI companies, and that they have recently deployed into major airports like Denver, JFK. We're also going to be flying into New York at one point in the next week, and then also Dallas and Nashville, Heathrow Airport. Did I say LAX? So some top airports there. They have been deploying their major data, you could say, harvesting technology, which is if you go into their travel and trade, they look kind of like this. They're at the ports or at the entries and exits, and they scan your face just like this. You could see that they have a AI scanner, and they're partnered with Palantir with some of the software that they use in order to essentially be able to track where people are going, where they're coming from, different threats, and reduce the manual labor on the TSA. So there's a lot of large contracts that are out currently for systems like this, and the data that they collect with all of the people coming in and out of the airports is probably the most valuable thing that they have working for them right now. They have another company they recently acquired, but ultimately, I think while they are kind of working on the chat GPT of, you could say, governments, because they're currently working with this company, Ask Sage, that they acquired, that does AI platform, purpose-built, secure AI deployments and agentic capabilities that are similar to ChatGPT, you could say, across defense, intelligence, and other highly regulated environments. And they just acquired this company, and they already have 100,000 users across 16,000 government teams. So they're already working in the government to provide large language model and production-ready AI at scale. So the solutions they're providing are large. It seems like they have the growth in the infrastructure and in the data, but they haven't seen the growth in the revenue yet. So we continue to cover them as we're looking for this recovery. Now, one of the things we like to do is use AI. Prophecy AI is a system we've built that allows you to use the top AIs in the world. And we can search up BigBear here. We're going to just do BB AI and get an analysis running. So we can see projections from Claude, from ChatGPT, from Gemini, and Grok. And these are the latest models available from each AI. So we can actually know that Gemini is the top, Gemini Ultra. You got the Super Grok, and then ChatGPT Pro, along with Claude Max. And we use these top models to be able to get the outlook on the stocks. And we give them all the real-time data to be able to make better decisions. And so currently, you can see that the nearest support levels here in the medium term, let's say next 1 month, it's going to be around $3.50. Into the next day, $3.70 is the nearest support level. Some of the projections leaning a little bit bearish into the next day or so, but it's a little mixed into the next month. You start to see some bullishness, a little bit sideways. But really, when you get into those next 6 months, into the next year, that's when the returns are like double digits and you start to see large projections. But even so, $4, $5 a share for a projection here, that's only up here to these levels of about 10% gain. We're looking for what we'd like to see is that move of about 10% up to 420. So we do hold shares at $2.80. But really what we're looking for is this longer term projection up to $10. So just keeping in mind, we're looking for that 100 to 200% continuation of their stock to where they could be around $6 to $10 a share, but they haven't been able to increase the revenue to really show investors that they're worth that. The other thing we're looking at here is the insider buying and selling. We recently saw Congress have some buying taking place. You had Congresswoman from Homeland Security purchase shares of BigBear AI. The institutions are buying rather than selling, outweighing the buying 19 to 1. So there's 19 to 1 in the ratio of buys and sells on this company. And that's pretty bullish if you're looking at the institutions. And so just to look at the actual volume as well, you're looking at 49 million shares versus 12K shares. So pretty bullish from an institutional perspective. And you might say, Will, this is a pretty powerful software. Are you using this every day? Yeah, we use this every day. And not only do we have like some new features like a journal that we just added, we added some new things like markets to be able to track the different markets and notifications, which is exciting. We got some notifications getting out. I was actually alerted by some of our notifications this morning on some stocks that helped us make some moves. But the cool part is this right here is a device that we're building that's going to allow users to have a fingerprint scanner, and it's going to allow users to essentially have a battery powered and encrypted, heavily encrypted. There's also an AI with a mic on board that you're going to be able to essentially use this to not only have security on your accounts on Prophecy AI, but you're also going to have the ability to use its AI functionality to give you updates and allow you to take snapshots and things like that with the AI on board there. So very much looking forward to doing this. Why do I need to go to Denver? Is because my friend who lives in Denver, I used to live near there in Boulder, Colorado for about 2 years. But my friend I grew up with, he is from California originally, and he used to work at Tesla. And he actually sent me this in the mail. He's helping me program this right now. He's going to help me get it across the finish line so we get prototypes out for our Prophecy members. So, but speaking of, getting Prophecy access and using this, if you ever want to get access, you can always jump into the first link below and get on the green list, as we're going to have some VIP spots open that will give you the chance to also use this alongside the 10K trading challenge. So we'll be watching there. Once again, by about 473% in their cash, and their liabilities are down about 18%. So very bullish on the actual financial balance sheet, but still no indication of reversal on the technicals and no indication of reversal on the revenue just yet. So that's kind of what's going on here on the short term here. And we're looking for them to once again validate this support level around this 365. If they slide further, that's not looking too good for BigBear. But right now, looking for that bounce of about 3% up to 375, and a potential breakout above $4 would allow them to potentially make a 12% swing up to about 425. So we'll be watching them. We also found that there's a lot of good growth opportunities, primarily in the data center markets, in the space tech markets. That's what we were trading this morning over on NBIS. So we'll be trading there into tomorrow morning. And if you'd ever like to tune on into our daily live trading sessions in StockMate, it's going to be the second link in the description down below. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Let me know what your thoughts on BigBear. Again, I hold them long term and we're kind of monitoring them in the short term. Let me know what you're doing there. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.